So Hughes and Lord Advocate of Scotland, 1963, is a case all about remoteness of damage. And it's a very, very crazy little story, really. It's about a young lad called Russell Hughes. And Russell Hughes, who was 8 years old, was walking along Russell Road in Edinburgh, which is near the Murrayfield Rugby Stadium. And in 1963, he's walking along with his uncle David. And Uncle David is only 10 years old himself, bizarrely. So they're walking along and they come across a manhole that is left open by post office workers. They're working on some cables laying down in the bottom of the ground. And they see this hole that is left open while the post office workers have gone off for a break. And there are paraffin lamps around the hole, live flame paraffin lamps. Boys being boys, they get hold of these lamps. They're curious about what's in the hole, and they knock one of the lamps down into the hole. It falls all the way down and it explodes. And the boy suffers from burns. So they claim against the post office. Now, the post office, of course, are represented by their boss, who is effectively the Lord Advocate of Scotland. So essentially, they argue that the damage, the burns, were completely foreseeable, not too remote. The Lord Advocate of Scotland argues no. How could we possibly foresee that these boys would come to the hole, they would grab the paraffin lamps, they would throw them down, there'd be an explosion, etc., etc. And the court said, rightly, you do not need to foresee the kind of damage that happens or how it happens. It's just the type of injury that actually needs to be foreseeable. And the type of injury here is simply burning. It makes no difference as to how the burns happened. So this is a classic case on remoteness of damage, the point of law being that it doesn't matter how the injury happens, the extent of that injury, it's all about the type of injury. And as long as the type is foreseeable, you have a claim. So that's Hughes and Lord Advocate.
Brilliant. Is it time for an old fashioned now?
Cheers.
Cheers.